Secret of Mana, the go-to Super Nintendo action RPG, with beautiful graphics and amazing music. It set a very high bar for the genre on the platform, and it was an experience that started strong and kept going. As it starts, you are an orphan boy from a small village. You're just trying to do regular kid stuff, get up to a little mischief with your friends. But things go wrong when you fall off a log, and you then find yourself trapped, as apparently our hero can't pull weeds. But that's alright, because conveniently there is a sword sticking out of a stone in some water. And our young hero has absolutely no trouble pulling that sword out of the stone. And he may not be able to pull weeds, but he can absolutely cut them. Which is a little odd as the sword is referred to as rusty, so I'm not sure what kind of an edge it would actually have. And he then can make his way back to the village, fighting off what the game calls rabbits. Which will teach you a little bit of how the combat works. You really need to let the bar refill before making an attack. You'll also discover that enemies can drop treasure. At this point it's just candy, but still, free candy. Getting back to the village, you can see things are fine. No one seems all that alarmed that you fell, but you do find your friends talking to the elder. And the elder is quite alarmed that you have the sword. Apparently, he knew exactly what it is, and also didn't think to warn anyone else in the village about it. Seems a little odd that no one else ever stumbled across it. It wasn't exactly far. But this mess transitions into the first boss fight of the game, where you fight a giant mantis man. Though this isn't much of a boss fight, as even if you run out of hit points, there's a mana knight named Gemma that will keep healing you. And once the boss fight is over, you get to meet him more properly. He tells you to meet him at the water shrine. But before you go, you need to make your goodbyes. And during what is already a sad moment of you leaving, you find out that you're banished from this village. And they are quite serious about it. There's no point in the game where you ever get to come back to this village. Not that there's really much of a reason to ever come back here, but it seems like a bit of an overreaction to the situation. But now that you're banished, you have two options to get to the water shrine. You can walk, or you can be fired out of a cannon. I think we all know that getting fired out of a cannon is the right choice to make. Near the water temple, you'll see some soldiers marching off to war. One of them will be kind of important later. But you then get to the water shrine, where you find out to fix the problems of the world, you need to take your sword and touch all of the mana seeds across the world. Conveniently, the first one is at the water shrine, and now the game proper actually starts. You'll shortly find yourself recruiting another character, and finding other weapons than your sword. And here I say the game starts because you don't have a safety net anymore. If your characters run out of hit points, it's game over. And the game will be long and interesting, with many hints that the world was once much more technologically advanced than it is now. But that's a discussion for another time. We were only here for a great intro. Please do subscribe, comment, like, and tell your friends.